Mindfulness of Hindrances, long version. The 5 hindrances are the 5 types of thoughts that hinder the progress of mindfulness practices. They are the distractions of your mindfulness practices. These 5 hindrances are sensory desire, anger, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt. The nature of your mind is like clear water. But when hindrances are present, the water will be disturbed. The way how your mind can be disturbed by the different hindrances is as follows. When sensory desire is present, it is like water with all the colorful dyes in it. When anger is present, it's like hot boiling water. The mind is bubbling with angry thoughts. When sloth and torpor are present, the water is stagnant and stale, with algae, moss, and slime growing on the surface. When restlessness and worry are present, the water is like being whipped up by the wind, with lots of ripples and waves. When doubt is present, the water is murky, like a cloudy suspension placed in a dark room. With these hindrances, you cannot see your mind clearly. To begin with, first, make yourself comfortable. Relax your body. Close your eyes gently. Take 2 deep breaths slowly. Then, breathe naturally. Notice the flow of air through your nose. Rest your attention gently on the breath. If you are distracted by any sounds, thoughts, or bodily sensations, just notice what is the hindrance. Imagine you are focusing on your breath and suddenly you think about eating ice cream. That is a sensory desire. When you notice this hindrance, you can repeat the phrases sensory desire, sensory desire, sensory desire silently in your mind. Just observe the thoughts of sensory desire without reacting to them. Allow the desire to come and go by itself. If it doesn't go by itself, you can, for example, think of what will happen to the ice cream when it comes out in the toilet. Then let it go. Come back to your breath. If you think you cannot sit anymore, this practice is so boring, that is the hindrance of anger. You can repeat the word anger, anger, anger silently in your mind. And just observe the thoughts of anger without reacting to them. Allow anger to come and go by itself. If it doesn't go by itself, you can, For example, arouse the feeling of compassion to neutralize it. Using phrases like, "This is a moment of anger. Anger is part of life, part of being human. May I be kind to myself and be free from anger." And come back to your breath. If you feel drowsy, you can try to be mindful of your drowsiness and say, "Sloth and torpor, sloth and torpor, sloth and torpor," silently in your mind. But if drowsiness persists, you may want to stop the exercise and take a nap, or go and wash your face. Otherwise, you can contemplate the inevitability of death. You never know when you will die. And it is so important to make full use of your time to practice. Remind yourself that life is too precious to waste a moment. And come back to your breath. If your mind is full of thoughts and worries, you may say, "Restlessness and worry, restlessness and worry, restlessness and worry," silently in your mind. If you still feel restless, narrow your attention to focus on your breathing at the nose area, feeling the sensation of air moving in and out of your nostrils. In, out, in, out. Sometimes you may be affected by a lot of doubtful thoughts, such as, "Am I practicing the right way? Is mindfulness really going to help me? Or is mindfulness suitable for me?" When you have doubt, say doubt, doubt, doubt silently in your mind. If it doesn't go away, then contemplate on the reality of change. See how your breath changes from moment to moment. See how your sensations, thoughts, and feelings change moment by moment. Most importantly, you need to know that these 5 hindrances are the main factors that stop you from being happy. They are very bad for our practice of mindfulness. Even if you want to become successful in your life, these 5 hindrances appear from time to stop you. Although they are bad, but to get rid of them, we cannot hate them or chase them away, because hating is simply encouraging the hindrance of anger. The correct way to deal with them is to be mindful of them, to see them clearly, to understand them, to befriend them, and to learn from them. They could be your greatest teachers of mindfulness. So, pay attention to them. When you continue to pay attention to your breath, you may find that sometimes there's no hindrance in your mind. Notice the relief and the clarity of your mind that comes when the 5 hindrances are absent. It is somewhat like having paid off a debt when there's no sensory desire, or having recovered from a disease when anger is not present. It's like being released from a prison when sloth and torpor fades away, and the feeling of liberation from slavery when restlessness and worry are absent. Moreover, it's like having completed a dangerous journey when doubt is no longer disturbing the mind. Take a moment to appreciate the clarity of your mind when it is free from the 5 hindrances. Observe how your mind becomes clearer, your emotions more balanced, and your sense of presence deepens. Remember, this process is a journey of self-discovery and growth. Be patient and kind to yourself as you explore the nature of these hindrances in your mind.